Welcome to your pranayama practice for this week, our second week, really exploring the philosophies behind Hatha Yoga, in particular the teachings of the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which I'm reading, and it's blowing my mind, that's fair to say. But it's interesting. And so we're going to practice a pranayama practice called Chandrabheda Pranayama. You may have heard of it being referred to as Chandrabhedana. And essentially what this means is lunar piercing breath. Chandra meaning lunar, Bheda or Bhedana meaning piercing. And pranayama essentially in this context meaning breath. So it's similar to Nadi Shodhana, that alternate nostril breathing that we did last week. However, this week we are only going to inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right. Now I'm mirroring you, so forgive me if I get my lefts and rights wrong. And the reason we are focusing on Chandrabheda Pranayama this week is because, really it's because we are focusing on this concept within Hatha Yoga. There are many elements to Hatha Yoga. We are scratching the surface with this, okay, with our dive into it this week. And I really encourage you to do your own reading and research to deepen your own understanding. But we are really focusing on this concept of bringing a sense of balance back to these dual energies that reside within us. So there are many different energies within us, right? We can think of the chakra, we can think of the nadi, which is what we're focusing on at the moment. We can think of all of these things in terms of yin and yang. We may even have heard of these things being referred to as masculine and feminine energy. For me, what I'm learning is that there is so many energies within us, and really these dual energies are just one tiny part of that. So we're really focusing on the nadi, and the nadi means flow. So we have three key nadi within us. There are more, but there's three key ones that we focus on within Hatha Yoga. So we have Ida Nadi, which is the left side of the body governing the right side of the brain. Just to really confuse me, especially. Then we have Pingala Nadi, which is the right side of the body governing the left side of the brain. So Ida Nadi is that negative force. It is that cooling energy. It is the lunar energy, if you like. We may refer to it as a yin energy, and you may have heard of it being referred to as feminine energy. We then have Pingala Nadi on the right side, which is very much the positive force, very much the solar energy. You may have heard of it being referred to as yang energy, okay, or perhaps even masculine energy. Now, personally, I am becoming less and less comfortable with the terms masculine and feminine around the energies that reside within us. This is just my personal feeling and opinion. You will have your own, okay? But for me, when I think about, I've definitely heard people say to me when I was younger, oh, you have a masculine and a feminine side, and not really understanding what that meant. But it appears to me that belief, that opinion, that concept potentially came from Hatha Yoga. In the sense of we have these dual energies of negative, positive, lunar, solar, and really what have we kind of done with the lunar and the solar is we've kind of said solar is very much a masculine energy, fiery yang, whereas lunar is the divine feminine, yin, cooling, grounding. And if that helps you to better understand those energies, that's fine. I'm just not so keen on assigning masculine and feminine, and that's mainly because I haven't actually read it being referred to it in that way in the teachings of the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. I haven't finished the book, so it doesn't mean that it's not in there. I just haven't read it yet. So I feel as though assigning kind of masculine, feminine doesn't seem quite right for me anymore, but that's just me. Like I say, you all have your own beliefs and thoughts around it, and I really do encourage you to do your own reading and research so that you can deepen your own understanding and knowledge. So according to the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Ida Nadi is that negative force. So for example, it says here in the book, union of mind and body is yoga. Nadi here does not mean nerve. It is not a physical channel. Nadi means flow, like the flow of electricity within a cable. One wire carries the negative force and another carries the positive force. So in Hatha Yoga, Ida Nadi represents the negative force, the flow of consciousness. Pingala Nadi represents the positive force, the flow of vital energy. Sushumna Nadi, the one that flows through the center of the body, represents the neutral force, which is the flow of spiritual energy. The union, in this sense, is the connection between these three flows, which occurs at Ugna Chakra, which is our third eye chakra, the eyebrow center. Therefore, let us revise the literal meaning of Hatha Yoga. So when a union takes place within Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna Nadi, this is Hatha Yoga, when all three are in harmony right here. This is when this union takes place, there is an instant awakening in Muladhara chakra at the base of the spine. So that is our root chakra, or you may have heard it being referred to as the base chakra. This is the seat of primal energy, or Kundalini Shakti. You may have heard of Kundalini Yoga. The awakening of Kundalini is the subject matter of Hatha Yoga. And through the practices of Hatha Yoga, union is brought about. As a result of that union, the awakening of Kundalini takes place. When the awakening occurs, the Kundalini ascends to the higher realms of consciousness and is finally established in Sahasrara chakra, at the crown of the head. When Kundalini is established in Sahasrara chakra, that is called yoga, not Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is here, yoga is here. This is the difference between yoga and Hatha Yoga. Yoga means union of Shiva, consciousness, and Shakti, energy. Shakti is Kundalini energy. Shiva is the supreme consciousness seated in Sahasrara chakra. When awakening takes place in Muladhara at the base of the spine, Kundalini starts ascending, and she ascends through Sushumna, not through Ida, not through Pingala. Sushumna is the highway for Kundalini. It passes through the various chakra, and when it unites with Ida and Pingala in Ugna chakra, this is called Hatha Yoga. Then, after this first and initial union, it forges ahead to Sahasrara chakra. There it unites with the supreme consciousness, Shiva. That is called yoga, which means ultimate union. Therefore, the ultimate object and goal of Hatha Yoga is to experience yoga. And that is essentially what we are focusing on in our own deep dive of Hatha Yoga. Now, The Hatha Yoga Pradipika, you can see the book is quite thick, okay? And I am literally just over halfway through. I've got this left to go. So there is a lot that I'm learning that I am really excited to share with you. But we have to, it's baby steps, right? So today we're focusing on Ida Nadi, left side of the body, right side of the brain. Now, Chandrabheda Pranayama is not written about in great detail in that book because the focus is more on Surya Badana instead, or Surya Beda Pranayama. And the reason for that, as stated in the book, is because it is believed that to practice Chandrabheda Pranayama without guidance from the guru, this can be quite dangerous. Now, as your teacher, I would not allow any of my students to practice anything unsafe. For me personally, I believe it is all in the intention. So if you are comfortable practicing this pranayama practice with me, we are only going to take 10 rounds. And tomorrow I'm going to give you an alternative that we will also only practice for 10 rounds. And then if you ever want to come back to it, you can do at your own volition, knowing that you are being guided safely for only 10 rounds. Okay? So we're going to get started. Now, with Chandrabheda Pranayama, we, just like alternate nostril breathing, we bring the two-piece fingers, this side, two-piece fingers, so index finger and middle finger together. We bring them to the forehead, glide them down to that space just above the center of the brows, Agna Chakra, essentially. We're then going to use our thumb to close off our right nostril. So we literally are closing that right nostril off. Now, if that's uncomfortable for you, place the thumb instead on the bridge of the nose. So the nostril is still open on the right side, but we're focusing on the intention of breathing through the left nostril instead. Your ring finger is going to stay relaxed so that at the top of the inhale, we close that left nostril, we release right, and we exhale through right. Now again, if this is uncomfortable, we bring the ring finger to the bridge of the nose on the left side so that we can focus our intention on exhaling through the right, the nostrils stay open, okay? So, coming into a comfortable seated position, go ahead and release your ring finger away from the left nostril. Bring your thumb to rest on your right nostril. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to be guided by my voice. Take an inhale through the left nostril. Pause at the top. Close the left nostril. Release right and exhale. Close right. Release left, inhale. Close left, release right, exhale. Close right, release left, inhale. Close left, release right, exhale. Close right, release left, inhale. Close left, release right, exhale. And then take 5 more rounds at your own pace. the end of that fifth and final exhale, release that left hand down to the belly, take the right hand to the chest. And then take a moment to come back to your breath. And as you do, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in and out. Inhaling through the nose, take that breath as low into the torso as you can. And exhale with a sigh. One more time. And then slowly, slowly find your way back to your natural rhythm of breathing, whatever that may feel like for you. And when you get there, notice where the breath is landing. Notice how it feels. And then notice your beliefs. Notice your judgments around your breath. And ask yourself, what is the truth? What is my breath trying to communicate to me today? Observe those beliefs and judgments you initially had. And if they are not the truth, find a way to release them and let them go. Maybe take an inhale through the nose, and as you do, imagine putting them into a box or a bag. And as you exhale everything out with a sigh, imagine giving that box or that bag of rubbish to me. Focus only on the truth. And remember, our breath is our most powerful resource, ready at our disposal to bring us into a sense of calmness, grounding, centeredness. Rest and digest. And all it takes is a few moments of a breathing practice, a pranayama practice, to bring us into that slow, still mode of rest and digest. Bring the palms together at your heart center, start to rub them together. Place the hands over the eyes, and as you do, as you breathe here, let me leave you with some words to take into the rest of your day and your week for those moments when you need a reminder. Slow down. Slow your speech. Slow your breath. Slow your eating. Slow your walking. Do as you let this slower, steadier pace of life perfume the corners of your mind. Keeping the eyes closed, start to draw the hands away, place them one on top of the other at your heart center. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale everything out with a sigh. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you found this pranayama practice helpful. Please remember that although according to this book, this is deemed unsafe, the reason for that is because it is believed that it can cause us to become introverted and it can bring about feelings of lethargy within the body. For me, it is all about the intention. If this practice doesn't serve you, don't practice it. That's the whole beauty of this entire membership. Take the things that you need, leave the things that you don't, okay? If something doesn't feel good, don't do it. But remember, when you do practice, it is all about the intention. And if you feel that you need to feel more grounded, more centered, calmer, and perhaps maybe go within a little bit, then practicing Chandrabheda Pranayama is a great way to do that. A great way to do that. And if you feel that you want to practice for 10 rounds, that's fine. Common sense has to prevail, right? So use your own intuition, use your own common sense, and do what feels good for you, okay? Tomorrow I'm going to take you through another practice, an alternative practice to Chandrabheda Pranayama, similar to the alternative that I gave you last week, which again focuses on the intention as opposed to the literal physical practice of Chandrabheda Pranayama. I really hope that you find this useful. I really encourage you to take some time now for yourself to journal out how you're feeling, journal out what came up for you during that practice. And I will see you tomorrow for the next practice. And I hope that you will join me for next week as well, when we start to explore Pingala Nadi, the fiery, positive energy that flows within us. Take care, stay well. Bye.